Hello and welcome. I just want to talk to you guys about using the SAT4, oh, here it is, SAT4 math program. It's a TI84 calculator program to help you with your SAT math section. So I'm going to have a spreadsheet up in just a few moments that shows how well or how poorly you can score just using the SAT4 calculator program, along with what would happen if you just blindly guess the questions that you cannot answer with the SAT4 calculator program, along with if you're a decent guesser, meaning you'll get probably half the questions you guess correct on the math section. So I know there's a difference because if you're math phobic or math anxious, if you guess, it's probably only going to be 1 out of every 4 questions correct. But if you're a good guesser, which happens, like if you can eliminate wrong, like known wrong answers, like I know the slope is negative. So if you eliminate the question with the positive slope answer and you're guessing between the final two, then you get those right. So you're probably in the half correct guessing range. Okay, so without further ado, we'll get to the spreadsheet. Good luck. Okay, hello. I made this Google Sheet so you guys can see the raw data we have. So these are the, in this orange column, the SAT math practice test available by the College Board. And if you click on a link below, you can get access to these PDFs free online, these 6 practice tests. So you can, just check yourself. In the yellow column, we have the scaled score, just answering the ones that the SAT 4 math program can answer. But then that'll give you a bunch of questions unanswered, which is this column right here. And you want to be wise and you want to guess. You don't want to leave anything blank on the SAT as is. Back in the day, they used to subtract 1/4 point for stuff wrong. They don't do that now. So you are going to guess on everything that's blank. So out of that, if you add this column B, the number answered just by the calculator program, with the number you're going to get right blindly guessing, this 8, you'll get this total correct with guessing, 31. And the more important thing to you is this green column, the scaled score. Because all these percentages answered, that doesn't mean anything. You want a higher SAT math score. And that's what this green column is. If you're using the calculator program, as is, the B column, and then you guess the unanswered questions, you'll get the green scaled score column. That's this, column H. So if you look at it, it's roughly between, say, like generally 440 to 500, I'd say on average, which is, it's below average, being brutally honest here. But then if you're a decent guesser, and by I mean that is your halvesies, you're going to be able to get half of the ones you guess at correct. Because sometimes the process of elimination is a key strategy in the SAT. Oh my gosh. And just for that, I would like this or subscribe, but, or even comment if you're like, hey man, this is not good. Give me constructive criticism and I will address it. And then even students have actually, addressed me at the mcstutoring.com site and say, hey, could you answer this type of question in the SAT with your program? And that's what's caused some of the improvements on the SAT program, the 4th iteration we have now. But look, if you can eliminate at least 1 or 2 wrong answers, you'll probably get half of the unanswered ones correct. And this is what your scaled score would be. You're going to be realistically between the green and the blue, depending on your math guessing ability. Now, look, if you're math phobic, test phobic, or have test anxiety or math anxiety, I understand. You're probably going to be in the green column. If you're a little stronger student, math-wise, you're going to be more in the blue column. But look, what we want to do is, this is generally tailored for students of 2 types. One is, hey, I just want to get this. I want to hit some minimums for the local school so I can get in, and I'll make it up in the other half of the SAT, like the verbal, the writing, whatever you want to call it, the English part. And then the blue column is more the high-performing students. These are students, and look, and I don't mean to cast aspersions on if you're not a math performer, but I'm just talking to those students now for the next minute or so. You aren't going to be using the SAT4 calculator program for every single one you could use it for, because you realize there's some questions you can answer by hand faster, or, just in your mind faster. But for sure, system 2 equations, yes, use the SAT4 calculator program. For Oh my gosh, conversion of units. Use the SAT4 calculator program, like inches to yards. Like, I don't want to do that by hand, even though you can do it. It's dimensional analysis or unitary conversion, just like you do in physics and chemistry all the time. But use it for what it's strong for, because that's what you are. If you're a math performer, you're like, okay, I'm going to do it by hand, but I can do it faster, more accurately by hand, on paper, faster, more accurately by paper, using the program faster or more accurately with the program, especially for stuff like stats, like, oh, what is the range of this data, or what is the median of this data? Man, the calculator program is designed for that. Okay, so look, you have comments, make them. Like or subscribe. And I do by the SAT5 calculator program, which should be out by Christmas of 2024, which will be plenty of time for those of you taking the March 2025 SAT or later date. We want to get the number answered close to 25 to 27, which is half of the actual math questions. So that the scaled score of mix of answered questions and blindly guessing and everything else, I want this to be in the 500 to 600 range ish. So like at least 480 to 600 in the scaled score. And then if you're decent at guessing, and if you're not decent at guessing, don't take it as a diss. I'm just saying, just know thyself. Know if you're a good math guesser. I want this scaled score to be 600 and higher. So it's a good power score to have. So look, good luck and on your next SAT and all of your SATs. And I will catch you next time. Ciao for now.